Hello friends. In the heart of Alaska's frozen wilderness, the sound of a wolf's howl pierces the silence of dawn. It drifts across snow-covered peaks and through valleys untouched by time. That sound, haunting, beautiful, is more than nature's voice. It represents a centuries-old struggle between predator and man, wild instinct and human settlement. Long before modern tools and fierce debates, wolves and humans shared this harsh landscape in a tense rhythm of survival. For Alaska's first inhabitants, wolves were not just competitors for food, but also a source of warmth and spiritual meaning. Hunting was a personal, even respectful affair, but as settlers pushed deeper into the wilderness, the relationship changed. Wolves became a threat to livestock, to the safety of Alaskans. By the early 20th century, the response had escalated. The government offered bounties for hunting them. Traps were set across the vast tundra. In the 1,970 cess alone, hundreds of coyotes were knocked down annually in state-sponsored efforts to protect caribou and moose. That chapter has never been fully closed. Today, wolf hunting remains deeply rooted in certain parts of Alaska, but it has evolved. Thermal scopes scan tree lines for signs of wolves. Electronic predator calls mimic the desperate cries of wounded prey, giving hunters time to aim accurately. With advanced equipment, locating a wolf is no longer a matter of chance, but a calculated game. Still, the target remains elusive because wolves adapt so quickly that Alaskan authorities must constantly change their hunting strategies. You also need to know more about coyote hunting to understand the law. Every breath is measured. Every movement is deliberate. When a lone coyote finally appears, stalking cautiously through the tall grass, the hunter holds his rifle, lines up his sights, and waits for the perfect moment. With a controlled pull of the trigger, the shot echoes across the plains. The coyote falls quickly, a testament to the skill, preparation, and trusty rifle that made the hunt a success. Not everyone considers this an ethical coyote hunting tradition. In recent years, the approval of aerial coyote hunting in some areas has sparked controversy across the country. Critics say helicopter hunting takes away from the fair nature of the hunt. Images of mother wolves lying unconscious next to their cubs have gone viral online, fueling campaigns and hashtags demanding change. The debate is not just about ethics, it's about what it means to live alongside wild predators in the modern world. But something new is taking place. Across remote parts of Alaska, a quiet transformation is underway. Instead of coyote hunting, some communities are choosing to track them. GPS collars attached to wild wolf packs now transmit real-time movement data to mobile apps used by ranchers and wildlife groups. This allows livestock to be moved out of harm's way before an attack occurs. Early studies show a 30% reduction in conflicts in areas where this approach is used. and the possibilities extend beyond protected areas. In some parts of Alaska, wolf watching has become a new form of tourism. Guided tours allow visitors to observe wild wolves from a distance, generating income for local communities and changing the narrative around this misunderstood species. On ranches, guard animals, giant wolves bred for centuries to protect herds, now patrol the grasslands, reducing the need to use force on the animals. You see how Alaskans are handling the situation and whether it's reasonable. And this new program requires trust in science, in the tools, and in the ability to coexist. It requires a shift from fear to understanding. Berlin, Germany. While the world is worried about climate change and threats from wild animals, a silent war is taking place right in the heart of Europe as millions of wild boars are invading fields and even cities in Germany. Not only destroying crops, these vandals also carry the risk of disease and accidents for humans. To cope, German farmers are spending millions of dollars each year on professional hunters, an unexpected but essential investment to protect the billion-dollar agricultural industry. Let's explore the interesting facts behind this war. As Europe's leading pork producer, the country is facing a dilemma. Its wild boar population has ballooned to around 8 million, according to reports from the German Hunting Association. Not only do they reproduce rapidly, with litters of up to 12 animals per litter, they are also well adapted to the oceanic climate. In Berlin, around 3,000 wild boars roam parks and suburbs, even sneaking into urban trash bins in search of food. Surprisingly, thanks to their high-calorie diet of spoiled corn and grain, they reproduce even faster, creating a vicious cycle. German farmers are not hesitating to open their wallets to control the swine epidemic. The total cost of hunting nationwide exceeds about $880 million US, a large part of which comes from contracts for professional hunters. These are not just regular hunters, but also specially trained people in Berlin who shoot thousands of boars every year. In Bavaria, the region most severely invaded by wild boar, farmers even organised collective hunting campaigns using hunting dogs and rifles to round up the boars. What's interesting and surprising is that hunting wild boar in Germany is not just a job, but has become part of the culture. The hunting season lasts all year round, and the government encourages a 70% reduction in the wild boar population to prevent African swine fever, a disease that can infect domestic boars and cost the industry billions of dollars. Wild boars are also a traffic hazard. Some localities even offer bounties for each boar shot, making hiring hunters an indirect profitable investment. However, hunters must adhere to strict reporting and ammunition health checks to avoid the spread of radiation from the Chernobyl zone, making learning to use a rifle not just a shooting skill, but also a lesson in overall ecological safety. This makes hunting wild boar in Germany a challenging experience that combines tradition and technology to effectively control the population of 8 million boars without upsetting the ecosystem. To ensure safety, German hunters rely on modern, well-organised strategies. The most common method is night hunting, which lowers the risk of direct encounters with wild boars that can charge at speeds of about 25 metres.
Right there.
Using thermal scopes and infrared lights allows hunters to spot targets from a distance and avoid accidents. During group hunts, hunters remain in fixed positions but must follow strict safety rules, such as never firing in the direction of fellow team members. Surprisingly, night hunting with modern technology is not only more effective, but also safer than daytime hunting.
Hey!
Reducing the risk of collision with other animals. These strategies help minimize hunting accidents, but still require extreme caution. Despite millions of boars being slaughtered over the years, their populations are still growing as climate change makes winters warmer, making it easier for them to survive. The German government is considering additional support for farmers, including electric fences and GPS tracking technology to detect boars early. But the German Farmers Association, DBV, has warned that without further action, the damage could run into billions of dollars, affecting European food security.
Before finding out why baboons invaded Iowa's urban areas, you need to know where they originated from. Some baboons were released and escaped from animal conservation areas and zoos in Japan. They migrated to Iowa in the 1970s and have since flourished because they are intelligent animals and well adapted to their environment. The feature that attracts millions of invasive baboons is the many abandoned buildings and green areas that provide shelter for them. It is estimated that there are currently about 1,500 baboons living in Iowa. The area with the highest number in Iowa is Davenport. They are not only the fear of the people here as they continuously flood the city, causing traffic congestion. In addition, as the invasion of baboons increases, it causes power outages and damages the power supply system. That's right, you heard right. Due to their flexible climbing habits, they often walk on electric wires quickly. It is normal for their weight to cause damage. But it also affects the safety of farmers in this area when power lines are partially damaged, directly affecting people's safety. This reminds you to pay attention to safety. When they flock into the city, it causes traffic jams for hours. In 2020, a horrific traffic accident seriously injured an Iowa man after his truck collided with a herd of baboons. This incident caused great attention in the community as people became concerned about the dangerous appearance of this animal on the highway. And yet, in 2021, a herd of baboons suddenly appeared on a highway in Iowa, blocking traffic for more than an hour. This scene has left people shocked and wondering why this animal appears so much in an area like Iowa. These events have pushed Iowa farmers to face new challenges. They search for ways to protect their property from baboon intrusion. Local researchers have also worked together to find effective measures to prevent the spread of this animal and protect community safety. Don't take your eyes off the screen. Next, I will take you on a hunt to deal with the invasive baboon by hunters who want to drive these animals out of the city. Comment number 1 if you are looking forward to the following exciting hunts. I think you need to know this. To deal with invasive baboons, you would think of using the hunting method, right? But before going hunting, you will have to wait for a hunting license from the local government. A temporary solution to the invasive baboon problem in Iowa, with the increasing number of invasive baboons causing damage to the city and threatening the safety of residents, some Iowans have resorted to using pesticides. Food for them. This is a fairly common method and can help reduce harm from invading animals, creating a safer environment for people in urban areas. They mix sedatives or birth control pills into fruits like oranges and bananas, place medicated food in places frequented by baboons. When baboons eat food laced with drugs, they will be affected by the drug and lose their ability to reproduce or fall asleep. However, to achieve the best results, people need to use safe drugs without overdosing and strictly follow the instructions for use. In the baboon repelling device market, GPCT1567 waterproof, ultrasonic solar harmful baboon repeller with flashing LED light and motion sensor stands out with outstanding features. This device is designed to help Iowans effectively prevent baboons from entering their living areas. With a smart operating mechanism, this machine uses solar energy to charge the battery and emits ultrasound waves that are not harmful, but effective in repelling baboons away from protected areas. In particular, the machine is designed to be waterproof, allowing it to operate reliably under all weather conditions. The motion sensor activates the machine when it detects the presence of baboons, stimulating LED lights to flash and emit ultrasonic waves, creating an unsuitable area for them and causing them to leave this place. The advantage of this machine lies in using solar energy, which helps reduce electricity costs and does not affect the environment. At the same time, its portability allows users to easily move and position it in many places without having to worry about power supply for the machine. I like that this way of dealing with Iowans does not affect the environment and does not hurt the baboon. If you support using this method, please comment number 1 to show your action. The above 2 measures I have just proposed will be effective in the short term, and they are measures that demonstrate the humanity of Iowans towards invasive animals. However, if this measure goes on for a long time, it will not be able to control the number of baboons. They have used drum traps, which are commonly used to hunt invasive baboons. This type of trap works on the principle of stimulating curiosity when they greedily eat the food in the trap. The trap resembles a cylindrical metal barrel with a trap door latched with metal material. When the baboon runs into the trap to get the bait, the latch falls and the baboon is trapped inside. Traps are often placed in areas where many baboons live, near their food sources such as fruit gardens or residential areas. The snare drum can operate effectively 24/7. However, people often set traps in the early morning or late afternoon when they go out to look for food. The bait used for the trap is usually fruit, the baboon's favorite food such as bananas and sweet potatoes. Drum traps are an effective way to hunt and control their numbers. Each year, traps can be used to capture hundreds of invasive baboons. Drum traps are among the most commonly used and effective traps to deal with invasive species. According to the United States Department of Agriculture (USDA), over the past 5 years, the drum trap program has sharply reduced more than 7,000 baboons in Iowa. This quantity proves that this method is the most effective in controlling baboon species. If you support this method, please comment on number 2. Baboon hunting with drum traps requires a license from the competent authority. The purpose of licensing is to ensure that hunting activities are carried out in a legal, controlled, and safe manner for people and animals. Some people do not agree with the practice of hunting baboons with empty traps because they believe this action is cruel. They believe that baboons are also wild animals, need to be protected, and should not be taken down. When trapped in a trap, the baboon will panic and be mentally damaged. Drum traps can be painful to people if they do not know how to use them. In addition, it may affect other animals. What do you think about the measures taken by Iowans? Please leave your thoughts below in the comments section for everyone to share with you. Comment 0 if you disagree about baboons' invasive actions causing harm to residential areas. Comment 1 if you support countermeasures by setting up traps. Thank you for watching the entire video. Click the channel subscription button and turn on notifications to watch new countermeasures from countries.
These approaches have been great at stopping the spread of some invasive species. Got any ideas for even better solutions? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can all dive into it together. Thanks for sticking around and watching the whole video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And hey, be sure to tell your friends about us too so they can check it out. Bye and see you in the next video.